How we doing, everybody? Matt Modi here with OddsJam, and player props are already starting to get posted for the Super Bowl. I'm recording this on Monday, January 30th, literally the day after the championship games ended, but sportsbooks understood the assignment, came out with a bunch of player props for this game. So for this video specifically, I'm going to give you my favorite anytime touchdown scorer bets using the OddsJam screen, which is exactly what you see right here, to find the best value. So obviously odds are going to change as the week goes along. So what is a really good value right now might not be a really good value tomorrow or next week. So definitely recommend subscribing to the OddsJam YouTube channel to get all of our picks and our content moving forward for the Super Bowl. Obviously, as you can see on the screen here, if you want to find me on social media, you can at my Twitter handle, Jedi Modi. Can also find me on a very sports betting specific app called Pick'It. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Anytime touchdown score bets, I'm going to come up with just right now my favorite bet for each team. So one Eagles and one Chiefs, using the OddsJam screen to find value. So the first player that I really like, and this is going to be my prediction for the Eagles, give me Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown at plus 135 odds. That is insane value, the plus 135, when you compare it to every other sports book, right? Caesars is at plus 135. The closest book, the closest one, is FanDuel at plus 110, and then also Bet365 at plus 110 as well. But that's still 25 cents below what Caesars is offering for the exact same play. We're not getting anything different, but we're getting 25 cents of better odds per $100 bet just because we're line shopping and finding the best value. So I locked this one in, as you can see, Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown. $75 is what I'm putting on both of these plays. That is 3/4 of a unit for me. So whatever 3/4 of a unit is for you is what I recommend putting on this one. So that's the value behind it. In terms of the logic, obviously, I mean, this is a pretty chalky pick, but Jalen Hurts has scored in both of the Eagles' playoff games so far. Obviously, this is a rushing touchdown, so passing doesn't count, but he had a rushing touchdown on a scramble against the Giants. He scored against the 49ers on a QB sneak, and that both of those plays encapsulates why Jalen Hurts is such a threat to score. Not only can he take off and run, we've seen multiple times Jalen Hurts take a shotgun snap, immediately sprint up the middle. The defense parts like the Red Sea, happened against the Colts, happened against the Bears. He's a threat to score on a designed touchdown run. He's a threat to score on a scramble play like against the Giants. And then the Eagles' secret weapon all year has been their QB sneak. Earlier in the game against the 49ers, the game was tied 7-7 at this point before the outcome was in hand. The Eagles had a 4th and 1 at their own 34-yard line. It's tied 7-7, went for it, QB sneak, got it, scored on that drive. The Eagles get to the 1-yard line. It's basically a auto guarantee that they can QB sneak their way into a touchdown, thanks to how good their offensive line is and thanks to how strong Jalen Hurts is. We all remember him squatting 600 pounds. So I absolutely love the value of Jalen Hurts to score. The guess here is that if the Eagles have a chance to beat Kansas City, it's probably going to come on the heels of their rushing game. You want to just wear out the Chiefs' defense, keep your defense fresh, keep Pat Mahomes off the field, lean on your number 1 ranked rush defense in the entire NFL. And part of that obviously has to do with Jalen Hurts. So getting him at plus 135 odds, I said it before, it's just really, really good value. So not only is he a likely player to score just on how these sportsbooks price it, but the fact that we can get it all the way up at plus 135, really, really good. Jalen Hurts as my favorite Eagles anytime touchdown scorer. Obviously, we'll have some value plays. We'll have a ton of content about the Super Bowl to come, just giving you my favorite one for each team. Next up, and this is going to be very, very chalky, how about Travis Kelce to score a touchdown as well? You can get this at plus 100 odds at Caesars, as well as this book on the far right is Bet365. So I locked it in at Bet365, mostly because Caesars hadn't posted odds yet. By the time I locked it in, they just did. so you can get it on Caesars. But the value, let's chat about it. Plus 100 at these two books. The closest book is minus money at minus 115. Now, this isn't a two-way market, so you can't really, it's hard to calculate the true line, the no vig line. But the fact that all these books have it minus 115, minus 117, minus 120, minus 125, and we're able to get it for even money, which is 50-50, that is awesome, awesome value. Now, similar to Jalen Hurts, this is another very chalky pick. Similar to Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce has scored in both of the Chiefs' playoff games so far. He scored twice against the Jags, scored once against the Bengals last week. And there isn't much to say about Travis Kelce and how good he is. Him playing last night, or, I'm recording this Monday, so the last game against the Bengals was in question heading into the game. He had a back injury that he suffered in practice. He was questionable, needed to see how he would play during warmups. Guess what? He played with no issues. So on the injury front, I am not expecting him to be limited at all against the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Now, Mahomes is a different story. He was obviously hobbled and hurt against the Bengals. Didn't really matter because he still played incredibly. And Kelce and Mahomes just have this sort of mind meld. And there's no better example of it than the touchdown that they scored, or his touchdown against the Bengals. He was supposed to run a post route. That was his route. He realized that the defense was fading him to that direction, and he had an opening in the middle, so he just cut back a little bit. He literally revised his route because of the coverage, and then Mahomes hit him for a touchdown. So it's stuff like that you could literally triple team Travis Kelce, and it might not matter because of how good he is at getting open, because of how good Mahomes is at finding him, and then just the connection between the two as well. And then when it comes to the Eagles defense, they're really, really good in the pass rush. They're really, really good in the two outside corner spots, but they can be had in the middle of the field. That's where they're definitely weakest. Now, the best defense in the world really doesn't have an answer for Travis Kelce, but in terms of the Eagles' weakness, it lines up directly with Kelce's strengths because he works his best in the middle of the field. And obviously, Andy Reid is incredibly creative when it gets down to the red zone. They might have a shovel pass, might have a swing pass as the odds are updating. There might be some ridiculous trick play for Travis Kelce to score. But the fact that, like I said, we can get him at plus 100, really, really, really good value as my favorite anytime touchdown score bet for the Chiefs. And that's going to be it. So Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, two players that you might have heard of to score touchdowns in the Super Bowl. If you're tailing these, comment and let me know. But that's all I got. So appreciate everybody watching and have a good one.